Days you just fucking feel it, and oftentimes when I'm rushed in a quick moment and a short Q&A or fireside chat, I come out guns a-blazing. There was just something about Baron Davis's All-Star Weekend kind of moment that brought out a real passion in my stomach, and this was the result.
Garyvee.
This one? What do you want me?
Sit right there.
Right there?
Sit right there. Sit right there. Sit right there. Too many mics. Too many mics. How you feeling?
I'm feeling tremendous.
Yeah.
If you told me that I was gonna have Gunna introduce me on stage, I was gonna feel real good about it. What's up, Mitt?
Wow, we have Garyvee here. For those in the room, the small amount we don't know who this man is, which would be a small amount. Gary Vaynerchuk is an entrepreneur, a leader, a creator of brand, a father, and a husband, and just a great guy. What for the 5-minute spiel? I know you got one of those. In 2 minutes, tell them who you are.
I'm an entrepreneur. I was born in Belarus in the former Soviet Union, came to the States, lived in a studio apartment in Queens with 7 family members. I came from shit, from the gutter, right? I was also a DNF student, so in the 80s and 90s, education was the only way out. Entrepreneurship wasn't this thing that it is now that we give a fuck about. And so basically, for the first 17 years of my life, I was told that I was losing, that I wasn't good. And between DNA and more importantly, a all-time mother and father, I was in my own head. I thought I was good. I was making $2,000-3,000 a weekend selling baseball cards when I was 13. So I was struggling to understand why I was gonna be a fucking loser. I mean, it just made no sense, right? Teachers were like, you're gonna suck. I'm like, I make more money than you, dick. Entrepreneurship wasn't that thing that it is today. I was grinding. My dad at that point saved all his money, bought a liquor store, made the American dream for our family. I went into that business, and over the first 12 years of my career, from 22 to 34, I built my dad's business for him, had no equity in it, built my dad's business from a $3 to a $60 million business. And then I left, and started VaynerMedia. In between, after being right about e-com, right about email and Google, I wasn't gonna let it pass me by, and when I saw the next big thing, that ended up being social media. So I was an early investor in Twitter and Facebook and Tumblr. So I'm rich.
I forgot to add that part.
He's rich. He's rich. But talking about, I'm trying to work for this guy. But talk about, like when you were running your dad's business,
yeah,
right? And knowing that you're an entrepreneur and you're not running it for yourself,
yeah.
Like what are the tools that you learned to be able to even catch a wave or to leave something that you grew into a $60 million business?
It was interesting to hear Chris up here talking about people thinking that they can be athletes or be better at basketball than him. That's what I feel is happening with entrepreneurship right now, right? Everybody's got entrepreneur in their Instagram profile, but there's a big fucking difference between being a successful entrepreneur and being one.
Amen.
Amen.
So I see a lot of people who think they can play.
A lot of people didn't want to clap because I got on my profile too.
So for me it was the work, right? Like, I see my man Dunk here, like he's putting in the work, he's a youngster, he makes J.J. look old, right? Like there's a few that are coming up that actually want the work. The way I thought about it was, I gave up all my 20s, right? Your actions have to match your ambitions, right? People are talking a lot of shit but not putting in the work. Here's my life. From 22 to 30, I lived in New Jersey. I worked 15 hours a day, Monday through Saturday. I got rest on Sunday and saw my family. I never went out. I didn't buy dumb shit to make me look cool to girls. And I fucking put in work and I got skills. And then I put them to use in my 30s. And now I'm 42, young as fuck. I'm gonna buy the Jets, win 7 Super Bowls and call it a day. But the reason, And by the way, I don't think it's cool that I gave up all my 20s. Contrary, I'm sad, I get it. I gave them up though because I didn't want to be a hypocrite. I have big ambitions, I want it, and I thought that was a time when I'd have the most flexibility to put in all the work.
Right. But that's entrepreneurship, right?
That's anything great, right?
You're gonna lose out. You're gonna miss something, right? But you have to, you have to have the vision.
Baron, to that point, like at the cross section that we are here, there's nobody that makes it into the league without sacrificing things. And I think successful entrepreneurs is the league. There's nobody who's hit it, who did it, who got lucky. People love lucky. People love excuses. You're in control of your shit. The internet's changed everything. Every excuse coming out of your mouth, the answer is and. Because the internet has changed everything. We haven't calibrated how big it is. There's no middleman, there's no system, there's no old white dude stopping you. Go do your thing. This internet thing is real as fuck. And so for me, I just think it's the greatest time to be alive. And if you're not winning during this era of internet at scale and fucking 9 straight years of economic growth, then you suck.
That's real talk.
That's welcome to the big.
Welcome to the big. That's how we're doing.
This is real
gang.
I mean, because look, how many people under 30? Raise your hands.
Under 30.
Right? Right?
Damn,
Tons of. So one of the things I hate is that people shit on millennials. They're lazy. They're the same. Everybody's the same. You knew lazy people. You knew hardworking people. Here, millennials have so many advantages. Under 30 has so many advantages. Actually, the only disadvantage I think they have is they haven't been punched in the mouth yet, right? They haven't lived through 2008 or 2001. There's a lot of people in here over 40 who were rich on paper or had made it in 2001, 2006, and then the economy got fucked, right? It's real cool when you're an Instagram influencer and making $100,000 in sponsorship deals until the world melts and those brands aren't paying. So my big fear right now is like, look, be smart, be thoughtful, like build something that you can control. Like everybody crying about Instagram and Facebook's algorithm, it was free. You built on it for free. So they changed it because the attention of that user is everything. It's what matters. And so they're gonna do what's right for them. And so if you're crying that your organic reach dropped, then fucking work. Start a fucking podcast. Fucking start a newsletter. Like do something instead of crying that you got 7,000 likes instead of 11,000, you fucking loser. It's true. I mean, it's true. It was free. People are like, oh, my shit's fucked up now. I don't have as much engagement. I'm like, it was free.
Right.
Let me switch gears.
Go ahead.
Someone's hurt right now. Somebody's out here hurt. What's Garyvee?
By the way, real quick, James, I know a lot of people here don't know me. I'm not trying to hurt or be funny. I'm trying to help you. Never be at the mercy of something you don't control.
That's right. That's real talk.
That was going to be, if there was, one thing that you could say that you want to see happen over the next 5 years, right, for yourself or for your business, and then also, like from an impact standpoint, from what your business could and has the capabilities of doing, where do you see that? What is that?
And I'll be raising one thing. What are you doing in sport? Like, why are you here? That's it.
Well, I'm here because all of culture is here this weekend, right? Like, LA NBA Allstar is like, I don't work on weekends. Like, I don't miss family time on weekends because I work so hard, but this was just can't miss. Obviously, Vayner Sports, my brother AJ and I have started a sports representation business. We think we're gonna disrupt it. I can go into that. But I'm here because culture is here. Because Chris's point is right. The NBA has done it so right because the faces are seen, because they're not baseball. BAM made a lot of money for the owners in the short term, but in the long term, the 3 best players in baseball can walk down this street right now naked and nobody would give a fuck. That's bad. That plays out.
Baseball players, they're pretty in shape, dude.
I see what you're saying. Like physically, you'd be like, yeah, I get it. I get it.
It is All-Star.
I get it. But to answer your question, my number one objective right now, in general, is to make good traits alpha. So what I'm real passionate about right now is making empathy and gratitude and kindness cool as fuck. What?
Speak on that.
You like that?
No, that's the black term for like.
I know what it is. I know what it was. So I know exactly what it was, and I wanted her to expand on it because to her point, that's the most important thing right now. We have a very interesting time. You know, Chris mentioned it, and this is what's going on in my life, right? Athletes want to be rappers want to be athletes, and now everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, right? And by the way, let me give you a headline. This is only gonna last 5 to 7 years, because when shit melts and everybody has to get a job, they're gonna say, fuck that entrepreneur shit. So it's got a moment. It'll come back in 40 years, but this is the moment. And while I'm sitting where I'm sitting, in that moment, I'm gonna try to do some good with it. And here's what's good. Doing the right thing is always the right thing. There's a lot of people that don't understand how business really works. Have leverage. You want to have leverage? Give more than you take. That's how you win. And these are just truths. And then it manifests in business. I'm leaving real fucking economics on the table every year because I'm gaining points. Leverage, leverage, leverage. Get smart about who you're doing that with, and you can build something very meaningful.
Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Gary You lit it up, baby.
Thank you, baby.
We appreciate you.
Have a good weekend.